let's move to the next one, right? It's team number 6. Nobody needs to tell me.
They will be 6th.
Nobody needs to tell me. Sir, Diwali पे पत्ते खेलते हैं, compulsory blind होता है ना? Compulsory blind. Punjab is the compulsory blind at 6, right? That's the concept. How many seasons have they had finished at number 6 now? What is it? 18? 18 seasons.
He's looking for his producer under the chair again.
Huh?
You're looking at your producer under the chair.
Still come back.
Not under the chair. He's sitting under the desk. He's not confident enough to be using that desk. I'm like, you got to earn that position. Just like Punjab has to do something to come on the right side of the table as well. They're always on the wrong side of that table. And well, they've got a new captain this time. They've got a captain who spent a large part of the last few years babysitting the Indian team, right? When the others would be away, when the captains would be away playing, he's the guy who would be babysitting them. And they've made Shikhar the captain. So there's Shiki. There's some good players there, but most of these players were there last year. But the big one for them, of course, the most expensive buy is Sam Curran.
What all does Sam Curran have to do in this side? Does he bat 6? Do they send him up as a floater at 3? Does he bowl the new ball and swing it? Do they hold him back for the death, which is where England used him so well? So they've got to figure out a role for Sam Curran, because sometimes when you can play 2-3 roles, it's not in the movies. Hero bhi main, hero ka bhai bhi main, hero ka baap bhi main.
Like triple role.
Triple role.
Mahan.
So they've got to figure out what his role is. And I think they'll use him as a 6 or 7, as to swing at the top and bowl at the tail. Because he's got to play a big part of this team, has got to do well. Rabada and Curran have to play a big part here. Rabada is not always good at the death. So Rabada at the top, Curran at the death, they'll have to figure their team around that.
See, for me, the big challenge out here is...
Oh, they've got Arshdeep at the death also, sorry.
Yeah.
No, also, my point is that has Punjab been short of talent? Never. Because what has happened every year is they've had a lot of good players. It hasn't worked out. They've sold them. They've always had lots of money in the auction, bought the new set of good players. They've never had bad teams. They've had teams with...
No, they've never had bad players.
They've never had bad players. Sorry, you're right.
Yeah.
They've never had bad players. My problem is it really will come down to how Trevor Bayliss will handle the pressure from the ownership. Because that has been the one problem with Punjab. Ownership, player, management.
Too many different opinions.
Too many different opinions.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to turn around and say, okay, you've got a coach, you've got a team, let these guys play for 2 years. Yeah. Because for whatever meddling was done before, it hasn't worked, right?
True.
So if it hasn't worked, leave it for 2 years, let the professionals do their job. If they don't after that, then ask them questions.
Yeah.
If you try and form a first 11, you'll suddenly start seeing a couple of key issues for Punjab. So I tried making a first 11. I wrote Shikhar Dhawan and I wrote opener next to it.
Yeah.
So they have to hope that Prabhsimran Singh carries his form for Punjab in Mushtaq Ali into the IPL, because there is no other opener.
Yeah.
Johnny Bairstow's gone. I mean, Matthew Short, a lot of guys who have great big bash seasons suddenly come to India. They don't always do very well. So you don't know what to expect from someone like Matthew Short. Now, Liam Livingstone, his last social media thing, he was in Lancashire.
Yeah.
Or you somewhere in Old Trafford, somewhere.
He's not got the NOC as yet.
Because he's definitely going to miss the first game.
Yeah.
Bairstow's gone. Now they're back to playing Rajapaksa at the top. Or do they then send Curran at the top? Then who's the big Indian?
Wait. Even Rajapaksa can't play the first because he's not there.
Is he in the Sri Lankan side? I didn't check that side. I think
He might not be there.
I don't know. I've not checked that Sri Lankan side.
Bhanuka, just check. Look under the table. Yeah, just check on Bhanuka. Where is he?
So now you look at 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
Luckily, that wicketkeeper kid they unearthed last year. He's not a kid, he's 28, 29. But Jitesh Sharma is a fabulous player. Yeah. He's got to have a big season. And Shahrukh now has to have a Pathan.
Yes.
Yeah, nice one.
Because he's
well done.
You wrote this one at home, didn't you?
Yes. No, it's a good one. It's an excellent one. It's an excellent one. Shahrukh has to have a Pathan is perfect.
अच्छा लगा हमको. We really enjoyed. ताली बजाओ बच्चों. ताली बजाओ सब. Very good. Very good. सो गए?
पर नहीं लिखा मैंने.
पर
even better.
Is it your snack time? Why are you getting cranky?
Just saw Pathan 3 days back. Saw Pathan 3 or 4 days back.
This is what happens when you work 8 days a week, 5 weeks a month, 14 months a year. You see, you're the last person to see Pathan. You're the last person. So, क्या खबर आई है?
Forgotten what I was going to say.
Rajapaksa is
the glaring weaknesses.
No. He's saying Rajapaksa. Livingston is Lancashire. Rajapaksa is Lanka, only Lanka. No shy.
That is, boss, today you guys are in good form.
Just
The
like
Lancashire,
Sri Lankashire.
Yeah, you guys are doing. I'm sorry, at this point we have already reached the acme of this show.
Have we? Or have we reached the trough?
Nadir
I don't know. Depends on where you're looking at it from, right?
correct. We haven't
Looking
got
at
to
this way or
Nadir
the other
Shah.
way. Because 6 going the other way can become 9. Can it not? But for these guys,
Some time ago, I was talking about 5, 6, 7, 8.
you were. And you were
Jitesh
talking about.
Sharma, Shah Rukh Khan, Raj Bawa, Harpreet Brar.
Yeah.
That is approximately what their 5, 6, 7, 8 will be.
Okay.
And that doesn't fill you with too much confidence. Maybe Rishi Dhawan for Raj Bawa. It'll fill you with a lot of confidence. Then after that, you've got Rabada, Chahar, Arshdeep. You're fine after that. So Rabada, Chahar, Arshdeep, fine bowling. Then Curran 4. Then you've got to use a bit of Brar, you've got to use a bit of Bawa, you've got to use...
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Somewhere, Curran can either bat at a 6 or they can float him up and down. So you will have this Curran somewhere there. You have 2 holes in that batting order, but not, you look at it, it's not going to be 4, 5, 6, 7. It's probably going to be 4, 5 or one of those,
Maybe 6.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe 6. But there's one very promising name in there. I don't know how good he'll be at white ball cricket. He had a fabulous season for Karnataka. And that's a fast bowler called Vidwat Kavirappa. He's had a breakout. He's had a really good season for Karnataka. I don't know how that will translate into T20 cricket, but he's quick.
Have you
That's
seen
an
him?
option there. He's quick. I've heard a lot about him. I've not seen him, I'll be honest. But I've asked around and everybody I've asked says Kavirappa is a good bowler. So we'll wait and see.
Interesting.
All right. I still think that they're a few players short. Not Matthew. They're a few players short.
Well, what if Livingston doesn't come on?
That's what I'm thinking. What if he just doesn't get that NOC? They're really very heavily reliant on him.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't make it, and what a great white ball player. You see how he kind of knocks it around. But if he's not there, then...
Also, you lose 2 or 3 overs when he's not there.
yeah.
So he'll be a huge hole if he doesn't come.
All right. Their playoff chances. Can they make it to the top 4? Here's what we say. Show it. That's what I said, I think.
You guys are...
I'm actually this.
Oh, you've gone the other. Oh, geez, that's our first. Not at all. That's our first, not at all.
Not at all. I say very low chance of making it.